How's it going, YouTube? Hydrax here, and in today's video we will be doing a breakdown on the new units coming to Dragon Ball Legends. As you can see, we have Super Saiyan Broly up on screen, and he is a yellow unit. I was suspecting that he was going to be yellow because on the teams that he is on, mainly Powerful Opponent, this team does not have many yellow options that buff the team. Same with the red color red. Another thing he buffs is Sagas. Another thing that Tag is on is Sagas for the movies, and the only recent yellow characters have been a Legends Limited unit and Turles, so it makes sense that they would want to release a new yellow unit soon. Anyways, as for the stats of the unit, strike attack is pretty low. I mean, that makes sense because he does strike attack on strike art, so it makes sense that they would want to keep his strike attack a little bit lower to try and balance it out. His defenses are pretty decent. His blast defense is a little bit high for a base unit that is not a defense type, but other than that it's very evenly spread, I would say. As for his main ability, he draws the strike arts card, or not the strike, the ultimate arts card, Gigantic Explosion. Restores keys and gets a permanent damage increase, so that's very good. 30% to damage inflicted against Son family. This is a very good, this ability is very good because it really sticks it to Super Saiyan 3 Goku and the purple Legends Limited Goten. Applies the following effects when this character enters the battlefield. Increase 60% damage, very good. Reduce damage by 20%, gradually restores health, very good. Reduces strike and blast arts cost for 10 seconds. This is a very good ability. It's going to keep you chaining up abilities for longer, and it goes really well with the last part of his unique here. Plus 20% to damage, ultimate damage, every time this unit uses a strike arts. This is quite similar to the GT Kid Goku, where every time he uses a strike arts, he increases damage on his blue alt. And for his final unique, gain attribute upgrade by 30% against sustained damage cut. So this is basically a permanent thing that he receives, and he has a strike cover against. He has a cover change against strike arts, which is pretty good, and knocks him back to long range. It does not say changes into anything, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's okay in itself because the team, Powerful Opponent and movies have quite a few cover changes anyways. Nothing special about his strike and blast arts cards. Special move destroys 3 cards on hit. This is the same as Kefla's. 30%, and the special skill is 30% to damage inflicted for 20 counts, increases own card's art, draw speed, okay, increases draw speed by 1, nullifies own attribute. This is a very good green card. If this thing regain key or HP, this thing would be absolutely busted. This is a very good green card. And his ultimate skill is a AoE attack, does damage to enemies bench units, so that's great. I'm actually kind of surprised at his Z ability. I would have expected them to maybe buff Super Saiyans or movie sagas, but if you're going to be running this guy anyways, you can probably just run him on a movie saga team where all of the units are powerful opponents, so not too big of a deal. But this does limit him running on other teams such as Super Saiyans and maybe, I don't know, Saiyan team in general, because Powerful Opponent, even though a wide tag doesn't means you can't really run him with like Zenkai 7 Namek Goku and stuff. On and off to the next unit, we have Demon King Piccolo, who is a regen and a range type. Let's see what his 7-star stats look like. Very low, kind of similar. Actually, his stats are pretty decent for base. Yeah, he's base. It's very good defenses, I must say. Very good defenses. A lot higher than the Broly's. Anyway, main ability on base, it transforms into youthful form, restores own health by 35%. That's very good. and ki by 100. This is amazing. 100 ki for free, amazing. Destroys all your own art cards and randomly draws new ones. This is the same as Super Saiyan Vegito's. Quest for Eternal Youth. Until one of the following conditions met, your main ability will be sealed. There's 5 more Dragon Balls in this character battlefield. Okay, that's good. They didn't lock it by actually having a Rising Rush, because it can be annoying to get Dragon Balls. While this character is on the battlefield, reduce your enemy Dragon Balls by 1 when they switch characters. This is the same as Android 18, the red one. Inside Evil applies the following effects to self from battle start until transformation. Plus 45% damage inflicted, reduces damage. Applies the following when the character enters the battlefield. Draw a special arts card next, activates twice and inflict damage. Downgrade 25%. These blast cards have inflict enemies with attribute downgrade, so they're going to be hitting a lot more. Makes sense considering that he is a blast unit, so that's a good thing for him. Demonic Barrage inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade minus 60% ki. That's actually pretty decent. Anything reducing ki or the enemy's ability to start a combo is very helpful. Green card restores own ki by 30, cancels buffs, enemies buffs, inflicts attribute downgrade plus 3 sub counts to your enemy. Pretty good, not absolutely busted. And at 14 stars he buffs Dragon Ball Saga, Regen and Powerful Opponent. Another color that actually needed a little bit of help, but purple was a weak point on Powerful Opponent. Anyway, let's move up to after he transforms, his blast attack gets a real jump. His defense is not too much of an increase, but that's kind of expected since they were pretty high in the first place. Let's see, his main ability allows for 20% damage to be inflicted after 60 counts, or 460 counts, minus 5 to blast and strike, and special arts cards for 60 counts. This is very good. I feel like you want to pop this immediately just to get that with extra damage once you transform. Increases own card draw speed 15 times when this character enters the field. This is very good. This is going to allow your combo potential to really go through the roof, especially when you swap in with this character. With this character on the battlefield, applies the following effects to self when enemy switches characters. Restores ki by 20, that's very good. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 of you, very good. And 20% damage, very good. The following occurs after transformation. Inflicts attribute downgrade, does 10% damage received from tag Regen, Powerful Opponent, or Dragon Ball Saga 3 times. Okay, so if you're Dragon Ball Saga, Powerful Opponent, or tag Regen, you're getting a plus 30% damage up on you. This is similar to Rose, except Rose affects everybody. This is only affecting 3 tags. Okay. And then he gets 80% damage, 30% reduced damage, and 60% special move up. This coupled with his insane amount of blast damage and the fact that he's being run on currently the best team in the game, I can see this guy becoming a real problem. Especially with how easy it has become to farm up Rising Rushes, especially on the Regen team itself. So if we just look at Regen, if you pair him up with this Zenkai Demon King Piccolo, you already have access to maybe 3 Dragon Balls. So you can really shorten the time counts needed to actually get him transformed by running him with himself, but the Zenkai version. Anyway, not much else to say about this guy. He's great. Definitely a unique character. His transformation works similar to how the original Red Bardock, when he first dropped with LF Frieza. Nothing much to say else about him. He's really good, and you'd benefit a lot from having him. Okay, let's look at the Zenkai Meta Cooler. We'll just look at his stats. His stats actually at 14 stars, his stats are pretty good. Defense 180k, 170. Oh yeah, his defense, he's actually got some pretty good stats at 14 stars. not gonna lie, at 7 stars. Okay, this is more believable. Is still not too bad of a stat spread. I mean, the attacks are a little bit low, but the defense is pretty high. Considering that he is a defense type, it makes complete sense. Anyways, main ability, You'll Never Defeat Me, restores ally health by 20%, cancels attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. Good. Could be better, could draw a blue card, could do something else, but this is base form. Following occurs when this character enters the battlefield, restore own health by 5%, good, 30% damage, great, 30% key, and randomly destroys one enemy card. This is all very good, especially when you are swapping in for him to take attacks. This can really, this here can really put a wrench in the opponent's ability to combo you, especially if they're low on cards. Applies the following effects while this occurs in the battlefield. Inflict attribute downgrade +3 to the strike odds cost every time they use odds card. Okay, so every time they use either a blast or a strike odds, they're getting +3 to that. So this really shortens how quickly units are going to combo you, and basically cuts their ability to do damage short. His special move Lock on Buster does 70%, reduces 70% key on hit and does major explode damage. Great. Blitz Shoot inflicts attribute downgrade 20% damage received for 20 counts, destroys all enemy cards on it. This is very good, and it can combo into anything. If we look at his Z ability, he does buff Lineage of Evil or tag sagas from the movies, but only one stat. That is a little, but it is a quite a high ability. Look at that, at what, 6 stars? He gets this ability here, so very good regardless. Let's look at his Zenkai stats. His stats only increased up a little bit, not too much to damage. Defenses are pretty high, not very high, but considering that he's only at like what, 7 stars, makes complete sense. You'll Never Defeat Me, main ability is practically the same, only gets damage inflicted up for a little bit longer. Nothing much there. Applies a buff. Okay, this is new. Applies attribute buff, nullify all conditions up to 2 times. That's very good. This is the same, except he's getting more damage for 5 more seconds. Well, 10% more, am I right? Yeah, he's getting 10% more damage, 20% key recovery, and the same amount of healing. The following occurs every time enemy uses odds card. Okay, yeah, this is the same. They just shortened it to it being strike or blast cards +3 for 15 counts, which is exactly the same, and +10 to his key recovery. Okay, that's very good. This can be very useful when you need to get key fast. First unique reduces damage by 30% until combo ends with shitty cover. Okay, that's very good. Defense type needs some cover cut. 20% damage inflicted for 30 counts when this is activated. Okay, evolves the Evolving Menace. Applies upon itself when this character enters the battlefield. Plus 30%, up to 30% damage inflicted. And plus 10% to special move damage. Up to 30%. It's very clear that this guy is meant to be a defense and disruptor unit. He's not meant to be dealing damage, especially on his teams. Do I recommend summoning for this guy? Unless you're maining Lineage of Evil, or if you don't have access to maybe on sagas from the movies, if you don't have access to these Z7 Broly here, or the Z7 Gogeta, this one here, I wouldn't really recommend you Zenkai 7 this guy. Although he's very good, I don't see him doing a lot of damage, but then his purpose isn't to do damage. I can see this guy being a very good unit if you want to disrupt your opponent. So you could Zenkai this guy if you're running Lineage of Evil. He'd fit perfectly on that team, but he would be fighting for a spot again with the this red Frieza here, so you have to choose, or run them both regardless. You can Zenkai buff that Frieza as well. Anyways, we're also getting a new sparking Bulma. I'm not sure. Oh, this is a game original unit. So this may be our free 1000 day unit. It does say DBL event thanks 1000 days. So she might be our free 1000 units. So I'm just gonna straight up take her to 14 stars. She's a defense type female warrior character and the game original. Defenses are pretty high and stats are pretty evenly spread. But she does seem to be more of a range type, which is pretty good. Range damage seems to be even higher, but she's a defense type. Main ability, leave it to Bulma, 100% chance of inflicting all enemies with paralysis. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so annoying. Inflicts all enemies with attribute down plus damage for 1000 times. Oh, this is definitely what day 1000 unit. Definitely, they don't do this for nothing. So this is permanent damage. That is so cool. I've never seen them do something like this. Unique ability, remote control, applies the following effects to allies other than this character when the battle starts. Plus 40% damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Okay. 20% of health regen for 1000 counts. The effect is cancelled when the character is switched to standby. Okay, so this is just a buff to herself and not to other units, even though it just applies effects to allies on this character when battle starts. Okay, this effect is cancelled when this character is switched to standby. Okay, yeah, this is just a thing for her. This is just a damage increase for her and health regen for her. So a little bit disappointed in that, but it's okay. Last resort, reduces damage received 50% till combo ends when changing cover, plus 30% damage of damage received when changing cover. Restores. Okay, so she heals 30% of the damage. Very good. Plus 100% next special also cards moved when this is activated. Okay, so she's a defense type. Very good. I'm not going to knock this character down for being bad at all, but for a 1000 day character, they could have done something a little bit more hype, I feel, but Bulma is perfectly fine. These uniques are pretty good, and with her stats and the team she's on, she could do pretty well. Strike is a pierce, and if a blast attack is a physical attack, so, or should I say physical piercing attack, so that's pretty good. Rocket launcher, 15% feint. This character has a lot of disruption abilities as well. The 100% chance of the guaranteed inflict enemies with paralysis is absolutely insane. If they made this thing a permanent thing for 1000 counts, this unit would be absolutely busted and annoying to go against. Anyways, her green card, Hoi Poi Capsule, restores own ki by 20, 30% to blast damage inflicted when the following occurs randomly. Restores ally health by 10%, very good, cancels attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, and 5% damage inflicted by allies for 1000 counts. Okay, this is very good. I don't see her being run on a lot of teams, but the team that she's on are going to be very well buffed and very well supported, because she is a defense type. Plus 15% to tag gold or heroes. Okay, so she's meant to be run with Charlotte. Okay, this makes complete sense. And she has a bleed effect on the blast card. Okay, that's good. So this is basically a Charlotte support character. So we will begin by doing this. If you look at game originals, there's only Charlotte and he is a hero unit, so having her buff this is absolutely good. Or buff him is great because he has fallen off a little bit. Not much else to say. Defense side purple, 1000 day unit. Pretty good considering they finally released another game original unit. We're getting a new EX Trunks. It's keeping up to 7 stars. Let's see what it's at. His stats are very low. I'm not even gonna say he's good at all. His defenses are pretty good, but his attack is absolutely pathetic. Kind of on par what we've seen with the older EX units. Hope for the future. Draw special arts card. Restores ki by 40. 30% damage inflicted for 20 counts. Decent. Applies the following effects when this character enters the battlefield. 30% damage inflicted. Reduces damage 20%. Anything for a friend reduces damage received by 40% until combo ends when changing cover. Applies the following to self per defeated battle member when the character enters the field, 30% damage increase. Okay, so he's getting a lot of his damage from a lot of dead allies. This 30% is not going to mean much with his stats being this low. Anyways, reduces damage by 5%. Okay, so he's only getting a 10% increase. So he's getting about 50% increase or 30% increase, a base increase. So not too bad. Strike, blast, do nothing. Masenko increases attribute, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade 15% damage for 20 counts. Decent, not too great though. Unlock key, form of life, restores on health by 10%. Damage increase. This isn't anything too great, especially since it's on the green card. He is buffing Hybrid Saiyan and Future, and he has the same thing Metacooler has, with 15% to characters that are both heat tags. I'm not too happy with this EX Trunks, and the fact is the matter is you're probably gonna only start off with him at 3 stars. Because EX units take a long time. Take a long time to get up to 7 stars and such. And then we have the new equipment, the gold equipment here for Majin Buu characters. Very good equipment. I recommend you grind this up if you have new Kid Buu or if you run regen with Fat Buu. I would recommend you get straight onto that. Anyways, let's look at the Legends Volume Legends All-Star Volume 5. It does seem like it's going to be a pretty decent banner. You do get discounts and it's going to be a normal banner. If we look at the featured units, you are getting Jiren. Oh, this is the first time that the Pride Troopers have returned. So this entire banner is a powerful opponent, rival of the Universe team. Okay, these are all powerful opponent characters. I would. And then and then you got the 3 other base units, and he's still getting a Zenkai. Okay, so if I had to say, do you really want this Broly? Are you really running powerful opponents, movie sagas, Super Saiyans, all that stuff? Or if you want Demon King Piccolo, are you really running Regen or Dragon Ball Saga? Or even powerful opponent if you manage to 14 star him or 6 star him, whichever one he picks up its buff stats. Is okay, whatever, 6 stars. I would highly recommend, if you're going to summon, I would not condemn anybody for summoning for these units. Broly is a hype character. He does a lot of good stuff, a lot of good damage. They're all 1% rates, so, and they're not LL units, so you are most likely going to pull these units if you get lucky. Well, let's just say a little more lucky if they weren't LF units, or if they were normal units. Anyways, I'm ranting. I would recommend you summon on this banner. Jiren is really good. Toppo Dispo is not that great, but in certain situations it can be really good. And if you summon on this banner, you practically have, and you pull one of each unit, you practically have your own powerful opponent team as well. So I wouldn't recommend you skip this banner. Maybe throw a multi or 2 of it, because there are some really good units on this banner, and you do get the missions to limit break these units. So if you do summon on this banner, I hope you get what characters you are aiming for. To wrap up the video, because it is getting pretty long now, this Super Saiyan Broly, very good unit. A little bit disappointed with his Z ability, but regardless, he's pretty good. Demon King Piccolo is going to be a pain in the ass because he's on the best team right now, and the fact that he's the new purple unit means that the team now has a full round set of brand new units and brand new updated characters. Metacooler is going to be another pain in the ass, especially with his disruption abilities. So I would recommend, if you are running Lineage of Evil, or if you don't have access to the Super Saiyan Gogeta the one that's currently out now for Zenkai, or the Broly, the free-to-play Broly, you should Zenkai this guy if you're running Lineage of Evil and if you want to be maining those teams, because he's going to be a staple on the team. He's going to be the new de facto tank of that team, replacing Full Power Frieza. Bulma Youth, our 1000 day character reward. A very good game original character, does a lot of crazy insane stuff, and she pairs very well with Shallot, because she directly buffs the tag or the rarity hero during battle, so she works really well with him. Trunks, very disappointing unit. I don't see anybody ever using him at all. Maybe a bench if you manage to get him to 6 stars, but I don't really see people getting him to 6 stars unless they actively aim to multi-Z power him, which you shouldn't. You should actually be focusing on better units. So very disappointing EX unit in my opinion. This equipment is a little bit busted in itself. Majin Buu characters getting 18% up to 18% to both attacks and health restoration is exceedingly good. I would recommend you grind up maybe 3 equips of this and maybe equip it on your Zenkai Fat Buu or the new Legends Limited version, or even this Buuhan or whichever units on this team that you're running, if you are running any of these units. So make sure to grind this up. This is going to be good. It does not say where this is coming from. Maybe the new event or maybe from PvP, we don't know, but definitely recommend grinding that up. Legends All-Star banner, I would recommend you summon on this banner if you are maining Powerful Opponent or Movie Saga, as these 3 units, these 2 units here are very good, and the fact that you have access to Jiren, Dispo and the Topo means that you have a complete team right here in terms of Powerful Opponent. And if you do get the other 2 Sparkings, these 2 Sparking Zenkais, and Zamasu, even though a little bit outdated, can still do some work after some time counts. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comment sections down below. Are you going to be summoning for this Broly? Because I know I am. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you all later.